Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy, Rock the Gray Shirt as always. Back at the studio update is the 8th of December 2025, and we finished some Heavy Bolter Sisters of Battle, so we're going to go over that. Then we're going to talk about a few things after that to kind of update the channel and the process and what we're doing next, and some pretty cool things to talk about. We're going to transition into some other video clips to show you how I kind of got through that last hump, through that last little bit. I had gotten these models about 50, 60%. I was about 50% ready, but I still had lots of base coats and lots of details I had to do, and so I just needed to dedicate some time to it. So I dedicated 12 hours to do it, but I did it in 9. So that's about 9, 10 hours, but that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at that and see where we're at.
All right, so we're beginning the 12-hour painting challenge. I was gonna do 24 hours, but I got things to do, and I kind of want to break this up into 2 separate days. So like this weekend I'll do 12, and the next weekend I'll do 12, or sometime during the week. And we're going to be starting basically with what we have on the table, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 Heavy Bolter Retributors to finish up, and they were in our little brown and red color scheme right here. So we're going to finish working on these over the course of the 12 hours, and if we finish these, which we should be able to finish these, we're going to move on to some Heavy Flamer Retributors and kind of get working on those. So yeah, this is where we're at, and this is what we got, and gonna work on those, and I'll show you where we're at in an hour. All right, it's been an hour, and we finished putting all the little red accents, all the red base coats, and then we moved on to the bronze, using the Pro Acryl bronze metallic paint, doing the bronze and all the shell casings. And we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2 more to do the bronze on. And then after we do the bronze, we're going to, we'll see how it works. I think we're going to do the gray because on this one I did the bronze for the shell casings, but then the links I used with like a cloth, because I thought the idea of cloth links was kind of cool. And yeah, and then we're gonna move on from there. So another 1 hour down, another hour to go. So at the end of hour 2, we have 5 sisters with the linkage done in a bright, warm gray. We're more than likely only going to do 1 coat of this because it's going to get heavily washed. And then we'll do a little, I might highlight it, I might not. It depends on how it ends up looking. But we did mostly just an overall single coat of all the chain links, having to be very careful not to get overspill onto the bronze. But it's looking pretty good. We got 5 of the links done, and we got 2 more links left to do. And yeah, it's the second hour. This detail, I knew this detail was going to take a lot of time. But after this detail, I'm going to knock out the silver and then move on to the gold. And then I think after that, it's on to the base and the washes. And I think that'll be pretty good. All right, so at the end of hour 3, we moved on to the metallics. We were using Amp Color Steel, which you can use Leadbelcher if you want, something like that. But we managed to do all of the little cloth linkages. That took a long time, but we managed to do 4 base coats of the steel on these 4, and then we have 3 left to do with the steel. And so that's what we'll do next, and then after the steel we'll move on to the gold. And then we got to do the bases. And then after that we do all the washes, because I like to do overall washes on I like to do base coats, then washes, then highlights. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So, and that's the end of hour 3. All right, we're at the end of hour 4, and we finished the metallics, we finished all the silvers, and we started on the golds. We got 2 of them base coated, and we're working on the 3rd one, and we're doing all the filigree, the eagles, these little crested pieces. So basically everything on here, That needs to be gold. So it's a lot of really, really fine detail work, and my fingers hurt. Also, as soon as I started painting, my cat started clawing the crap out of my legs. So that slowed everything down. But we're trucking along. All right, hour 5 is done, and we managed to get all of the base coats done on all 7 of our models, and we just have to do the gray for the soil, because we're on an alien planet with some gray dirt, and we're going to be doing the gray on all the bases. And then what we do next is we pick out all the mistakes. We go through and we clean up and tidy up all of those colors, whatever they may be. More than likely, I mostly just focus on the armor and the cloth, but any other areas that have like significant like overspill where the colors got a little too far, I definitely see some spots that need to be touched up on some of these. And then once we do the touch-ups, we go right into the wash stage. And then there's going to be a period of time where we're just kind of waiting for washes to dry. So I might pause for the washes to dry, but we'll see. All right, so we are at the end of hour 6, and we just finished all of the base coats. We finished cleaning up all of the overspill. And what we're going to do next is we're going to wash everything using mostly Agrax Earthshade, and then the bases are going to get a nice Druchii Violet and Draconoth Nightshade mix to add some purple and some blue into the base. And then everything that's not done in Agrax is going to get a Nuln Oil wash. And I believe that is what I did. Yeah, that's what I did for these ones, because I wanted more of a brown. And then we're going to do the washes. The washes are going to take a while to dry, and so I'm going to, the next hour, hour 7, is going to start after all the washes are dried. So I'm going to do the washes, take a little break, and then we're going to pick back up with the painting challenge after I'm able to paint. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, hour 7 is done, and we making some progress. We did the wash on all of the models, and then we started doing the highlights on the cloaks. We got 3 of the cloaks done and highlighted, and we're working on getting all the rest of the red done for these 4. And then we're going to move on to the brown or the gray, because that's basically the brown, the gray, and a little bit of the gold. Did I actually highlight the gold on these? I don't think I did. No, I didn't highlight the gold or the silver. I just highlighted the gray and the brown. So we'll probably do the brown next and then do the gray. I might do the gray at the end. I'm not sure. We'll figure out which one we want to do. But we're getting closer to finishing this unit up. It's two squads of heavy bolters, and so that'll be nice. And then we're moving on to the next squad of retributors. So keep on going. All right, for hour 8, we're slogging through the brown highlights. We finished the red highlights, and we just have 2 more sisters to do the brown highlights. And I don't know what you would call this, because it's not an edge highlight. I think it's a volumetric highlight, where I paint the panels that are facing, like what I think the panels that are facing upward would be the lighter shade, which for this one is I went with burnt sienna. Yeah, and so we might be able, maybe be able to finish all of this in the next hour, which would be pretty cool. All right, let's keep on going. All right, bottom of hour 9. We finally finished getting through these. Obviously, they were partially painted when I started, but we just spent the last 9 hours, almost 10 really, getting through them, getting all the details done, getting them all ready for the tabletop, and they look pretty nice. I have 8 heavy bolters all painted the same color scheme and 1 superior to match. And so now I have 1 full squad of retributors with heavy bolters and superior, and I have some 4 extra floaters to put inside of other squads. And if I want to, I can take a retributor from that's going to be a different color scheme, and we'll throw that in there. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. It's inspired by Taylor Swift's Red album with the red, the brown, the gold, silver, and the gray. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time.
All right, as you saw in the previous clips, we finished up those Sisters of Battle, those Retributors, the heavy bolter kind, and we're going to move on to the Multi-Meltas and try to see if we can get this army done by the end of this month, before the 7th of January, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's look at some still images real quick. Just, I think the color scheme is really good. I like the browns, I like the reds, I like the grays. I think it all kind of flows together, yeah, I really enjoy it. I have been trying to figure out lenses, trying to like do lenses better, but these heads are small, so like I'm gonna worry about that when I do Space Marines, because I only just did like one base coat of red, threw a wash on it, and then did 2 other light bits of red. But like even with my X01 brush, I'm like having a hard time getting in there, and so it looks fine when they're done. It looks fine on the tabletop. Yeah, it's just something that I need to like practice more. But like these eyes are tiny. Anyways, I think overall they look pretty good. Yeah, so we'll talk about what we're going to be doing. But first, I just want to show you a couple things I picked up. Okay, so I did pick up a few things since we last left off. So number one, I picked up Cato Sicarius. And I really like Cato. I like his whole storyline. I like the memes around him. He's pretty cool. Do I know every little piece of lore around him? Absolutely not. It's mostly text-to-speech device. That's what I'm referencing. But I do think Cato's cool. I have his old model in Finecast, and now I have his new model. So we're going to paint this up at some point when we get to doing our Space Marines. Speaking of Space Marines, we got the Crux Terminatus box set, and it has everything that I wanted. It's got the 10 of the new Terminators, 5 regular Terminators, so now I can bring up my Terminator count up to 10, my regular Terminators to 10. I got 10 of the Assaults, and then I got Chaplain, and I got another Captain, and I got an Ancient in Terminator armor. And the last time I had the Ancient was when I had my Blood Angels, because I had the fancy Space Marine heroes with the Terminator Ancient in that one. But now, got the Crux Terminatus box set, and then I wasn't gonna buy any more, but I'm an impulse purchaser when it comes to going into a game store. We got the Krieg Siege Platoon. Did I need more guard? No. Well, look, kitty. Anyways, did I need more guard? Probably not. But the 2 artillery teams sold it. 2 artillery teams, nice. 5 more engineers, cool. I could use more engineers. I don't have like a full complement. A Krieg command squad. I don't have any Krieg. Well, I have the older Krieg command squads, but these are the new 6-man ones. I don't have any of those. Now we do. 20 more Krieg guardsmen. That's nice because I have 60. I have 6 boxes of the kill team, and so these are what I believe to be the newer ones, because when they reboxed them from kill team to non-kill team, I heard they changed the sprue a little bit, and I want to see if there's any difference. And that could have just been rumor, but now we have the new Siege Platoon, and so that is what we acquired. And so we'll see if Santa brings us anything else between now and then. I have been staring at Games Workshop's web store, looking at the Taunar Supremacy Battlesuit, but nowhere near painting my Tau, so I'm not buying that. I'm not getting tricked like I did when I went and bought a Thunderhawk, because who knows when I'm going to get to my Space Marines. We're either going to be doing Space Marines after Sisters of Battle, or we're going to be doing Tau after Sisters of Battle. I'm not sure yet. Maybe Tau, because Tau are cool, and I have a smaller Tau collection, and that would be nice to finish that. But I have lots of guardsmen, and the trick is I'm not painting anything that's not currently assembled, because I want to work on all my assembled models that are in my shelves that are not painted yet, so we're going to be working on that after we finish Sisters. But let's talk about Sisters. Let's talk about Sisters of Battle. I have about 60-ish models left to get painted for this army, and I'm trying to finish them by the 7th. And the reason why I'm trying to finish them by the 7th is because I'm going back to school full-time to finish my degree. I've been working on this degree for a while, and I've only been able to do 1 or 2 classes a year without burning out. I probably could have stacked a few more classes. Like some years I only took 1 class, so I probably could have taken 2. But I'm at the point now where I have 10 left. And so if I start in January, I should be done by December. And it's just kind of how the school schedule worked out. Some schools could vary, possibly could do more, could do less, but I'm taking 4 classes a semester, and it's actually 2 at a time, and they're kind of accelerated classes, so it's like two classes and then like 1 week break and then 2 classes, and that's how it works out. So I'm working on that, and mostly just to be done with it, just to say I have my degree. I have my associate's degree, but I don't have a bachelor's degree, and I've been kind of working on it for a while. So it's not really. The bachelor's degree it's kind of a management computer information degree. It's not like super. It's not a big degree. It's not like a doctor or anything like that. But I've just been kind of working on it for a while, and so I just wanted to finish it. And when you're applying to jobs, a lot of jobs these days don't really care if you have a degree or not. And so like my experience in the workforce that I've been doing for the last 20 years, that's gonna get me a better chance of getting a job. But if you got two people that have the same level of experience and one person has a degree and the other person doesn't have a degree, they're going to give it to the person who has a degree, or they're going to have a higher chance of it. And a lot of times for federal jobs, if you're applying for a federal government job, you're going to want, like, that degree gives you a few more points, even if it's not like relevant to the job you're doing. Because a lot of people that I know when I was working in the federal government, they have degrees that don't at all match what they were doing. So, but let's talk about it just a little bit more using some props. Yep, I'm retiring, and I've been in the United States Air Force for 20 years. I'm officially retiring in a couple months. So I'm on terminal leave, which is basically I saved a whole bunch of vacation time up and I'm using it. Now it just happens to be that the school semester starts during my huge block of vacation time, which is a bummer, but I'll still be able to like at least do my classwork. And because I'm only doing 2 classes at the same time, but they're compressed classes, I should only be a few hours a day, and then I'll be able to enjoy my vacation. So if it's anything like the classes I've taken over the last few years, I mostly just like work on homework for 2 or 3 days a week, depending on how the discussion posters are lined up. But yeah, it's all online, so it's gonna be fine. So I've been in the Air Force for 20 years, and if you have any questions about the Air Force, questions, comments, concerns, you can feel free to ask them. I probably will not answer anything Air Force related or military related until like I'm officially retired, because I don't really want to comment and make opinions on the military while I'm still in the military. And I know there are a lot of military YouTubers and TikTokers and things like that, like people in uniform that talk about their military service. But I kind of want to just wait until I'm done before I talk about it. I don't have like a huge list of negative things to say. Like, I'm not worried that if I say things while I'm still in, technically, because I'm still technically in, I've out processed. I don't have to go back in. I get to grow my nice luscious beard and my thick hair, which is receding anyways. But so I'm retiring from the military, and so I'm going to retire, finish my degree, go back, look for a job. And my lovely wife is supporting me the whole way. So she's going to be finished with her school soon. So it's just kind of what we're doing. So we're trying to get these Sisters of Battle knocked out by the 7th. But, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to talk about any of these. Like, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do the normal blue color scheme or if I want to go something fancy. And I'm probably going to use these for Blood Ravens, but maybe Atlantean Spears, we'll figure it out. But if you have any questions, either Warhammer related or like my service related, feel free to ask them. But like I said, I probably won't answer or address any military comments or questions or anything until my retirement is official. I'll let you guys know when that happens. One thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if I can not get a haircut or shave for a year. And I've never had this much hair for this long. My head has never had this much hair. And so, like, the head is not a big deal. Like, styling is kind of weird because I don't know how to style my own hair. I've never had to style it before. It's always just been really short. The beard, though, like, I don't think it's going to get long enough to, like, really need to comb it or anything. And I have to go get my retirement ID photo in a couple months. And so my plan for that photo, because that photo doesn't really change until you get really, really old, I'm going to shave and get a haircut for that photo. So I am gonna shave and get a haircut once during this year challenge, but I don't know how long the beard is gonna last. It looks fine. My wife likes it now that's not super scratchy, but it does itch, and I've been using lotions and stuff to like help the itching. But yeah. So anyways, yeah. So I'm retiring from the Air Force. Many of you, especially if you have bought my book, know that I was in the military, and so yeah. But yeah, I'm retiring, and we're just gonna keep on painting, keep on doing what we can, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you around next time. Goodbye.